When you dub it, Shoo underground.
Oh my goodness.
No.
We really have to start with this again.
Hi,
Here we go.
I'm a Shuri, and we are indeed underground. Or I don't know, maybe. Joining us is the thingy.
I am Alisa, your local neighborhood raccoon named Lord PNG tuber. Yoroshiku.
It is a. One moment while I bring this up. It is a mouse.
Hi, Zen here, screaming.
It is a. It is H.
That's Hawk.
Hey,
Oh.
yeah, that's you, Hawk.
Oh.
And it is a Mashichu.
Hi, I'm a Queen and then current YouTuber. Yeah, if you ask why it says H, I don't know, it just happens when you're on spray mode. No
Oh,
real names, but with
it's a streamer mode thing. Okay.
yeah.
Well, I had to reinstall Discord because someone was very stupid. Alright, it was AGG, and it's of course it was me. I was the stupid.
Shuri, I had an intro already, but hi, I'm JJ, the Crimson Shark Yodazo.
And finally, it is the person who we are covering today. Introduce yourself, Raven. What?
Hello, my name is Raven Citymeyer. I am a labyrinthian fairy. Welcome.
So explain a
as you
little
can,
bit about yourself.
well, uh, I'm a fairy VTuber upcoming. I have not decided when my debut is going to be, but I'm working on it. I am non-binary. I'm asexual, and I am panromantic. And for those that do not know what those terms mean, non-binary means that I am neither male nor female. I don't identify as such, at least. Asexual means I'm not interested in a sexual relationship, and panromantic means that when it comes to romance, I don't care what's in your pants because it's not important to me.
Yeah!
No, this is
Here we go.
I did also have a lot of nicknames that were on that previous slide. Including in my nicknames are Ramir, Rummerus, Ram, Ray Ray, Rave, Anari, Chief, Boss, or Boss Them, Captain, Leader, Bird, Kuro, Ravy, and there's some that I can't see on the slide. But you can read them for yourself. They are.
Yeah,
There's many, many more. I have a lot of nicknames I go by. Although they are.
All right.
Some of my likes include anime, specifically slice of life, fantasy, and comedy. I enjoy Japanese culture. I like video games, particularly puzzle, adventure, and RPG games. I enjoy movies, particularly action, anime movies, hero movies, and comedy movies. I'm an avid D&D player and DM, and I like swords. My dislikes include politics, loud noises, because I have a sensitivity to loud noises, power outages. I dislike power outages because internet, and I need electricity. I dislike being annoyed or feeling like I'm being annoying. I dislike feeling ignored, and I dislike most sour foods. Although I will eat sour foods, but nothing too sour. As for I have a longer version of my lore, but the quick version is that I'm a fairy that lives in a labyrinth. I woke up in it one day, and I've lived here ever since. The labyrinth's layout is constantly changing, but I can find my way around fairly easily because of a sort of sixth sense, although I have not yet located the exit. I do miss the outside world, so I talk with people online to see it through their eyes, and at times I hear noises from above the labyrinth, and I wonder, do I have neighbors?
probably.
Probably.
Most likely.
Upstairs neighbors.
I'm pretty sure there are neighbors.
All right.
And now
Questions. Okay, so the first question is, what is the inspiration for your design?
Well, originally I was going to go with something else, but I started watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, and I really vibed with the character of Ramirez, the fairy, and I decided, you know what? I want to be a fairy.
Biggest power move right there.
Rammer is a really good
She's
character.
very cute. I have a
Very
figure.
based.
She's just a small gremlin fairy. I just adore her cheeky personality.
Same.
Small.
It's like it's not. I hope it's not much of a spoiler, but it's like in that show, maybe because of his cheeky personality, you might not think that she's actually a demon lord, but she
Oh
is.
yeah. Her and Malim Neva are two of the ones that you would not expect to be like super super powerful until they actually show it.
Yeah.
Cindy, your question.
All right. My question to you, Ramir, will probably be your hardest one. Uh, how did you and Sakura meet?
Well, that's actually not too hard of a question. We met originally online through Skype. We were in there was a little Skype chat that we were both in together, talking about like Doctor Who and stuff. And we kind of just vibed with each other. And I messaged her one day and was like, "Hey, you seem neat. I want to get to know you a little better." And we've kind of just been talking ever since.
Nice.
Ah,
Man.
How did you two meet lore-wise?
Oh, lore wise. Well, lore wise, I in my labyrinth there is a old computer lab, and where is it? Actually, I have that written down somewhere. In the lab there's an old computer lab as one of the rooms in the labyrinth, and I managed to, with some research from the library, I managed to fix up one of the computers. And in the process, I woke up this old AI and I helped her make a body for herself. And while she mostly lives in my computer, she'll operate occasionally with that robotic body to interact physically with the world.
Pog. Just Pog.
baby.
That is
Huh? Someone call me?
All right, well, actually, yeah. Hawk, what is your question? Go.
What?
Do you
We
prefer
just
red
get
or
to
green
know.
chili?
Have I what?
Red or green chili? Which do you prefer?
Red or green chili? Ooh. I don't think I've ever had green chili, so I would have to say red.
Fair.
I am open to trying green though.
mm,
I'm always open to trying new foods, at least once.
Now, what's your question?
That's a very good question. What is your favorite class combination in D&D?
My favorite class combination race class is Halfling Rogue, because there's a very fun thing with Halfling Rogue that if you roll a natural 1 as a Halfling Rogue, you get to re-roll that. They're
Nice.
also, because of their smaller size, they're also perfect for stealth because they typically go unnoticed anyway. As for class and subclass, I would have to say either, let's see. I'd have to say still rogue, but I'd have to say either thief for a rogue with a thief subclass or an arcane trickster subclass for rogue. Those are two very good combinations.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right, next up is JJ.
So, all right. I've been thinking of a question for a while, and I'm kind of curious. What what are your top 3 favorite anime? Go.
Oh, now that's a difficult one. Currently, I would have to say right now, out of what I'm watching, my top 3 favorite, actually, my top 3 is probably Spy Family, uh, Tensei Slime, and right now Jobless Reincarnation, although not necessarily in that order.
Ooh, that's a strong, strong list. I love all these 3 shows, man.
Yep. Jobless Reincarnation is very, very good. I'm not that far into it yet, but I'm enjoying what I'm seeing so far, and I have read the manga for Spy Family and very thoroughly enjoy it.
I'm not
I
gonna.
only watched season 1 of Jobless Reincarnation, or as it's known, Mushoku Tensei. I haven't watched season 2. I know it came out pretty recently, but it's generally one of the best isekais out there. And I've been appreciating more of Tensei Slime recently, as there's so many cool details about it that really they're just really amazing to look at. And Spy Family season 2 came out. I love it.
I have not seen season 2
Probably
yet.
one
I'm
of
not
my
that far
favorites
into Spy
of
Family either.
season
think I'm
2
on.
is currently airing this fall season. I highly recommend you check it out.
Let me see. What episode am I
I'm
on
not
for?
gonna lie, Jay. I thought you were going to ask them what were their top 10 favorite Gooby Woobies for a moment.
What? No, that's a rice thing.
Oh god. Jobless Reincarnation, I'm currently on episode 17. And Tensei Slime, I'm currently on season 2, episode 42. So,
Ooh,
I think I'm on like
we're
episode
almost
3 of Spy Family, but that's because I'm a slow watcher of things that I've already when it comes to watching anime, if I've already read the manga, I'm gonna be slow on actually watching it because I'm like, well, I know what happens already. So
It's alright. I'm a slow watcher as well,
it's
so
vice
don't worry
versa.
about it too much if you're not caught up too often. But you're getting to the interesting parts. You're getting to the nitty gritty, and that's cool. All right, let's
Okay,
continue.
so Raven, Raven, do you have any questions that you want to ask yourself?
Ask myself, not ask myself, but I did get one question from Blanc that was, what is your favorite TMNT character or TMNT adjacent character? And I have to say either my favorite TMNT character is either Donatello, because I kind of vibe with being the in school, at least I kind of vibed with the whole, like, you know, misunderstood, like not at all understood, like smart person, because I was fairly intelligent in school, I found, at least according to people. Either Donnie or Michelangelo, just because he's fun. Oh, we lost Mashi.
Okay,
Oops,
and
no.
my next question is our favorite joke question. Why a burb?
Why a
Uh,
bird?
why a bird? Well,
That's the question we keep asking, apparently. Why this?
when it comes to my first name as a bird, I've kind of just always had a bird theme kind of throughout my life. There were times my family used to call me Little Bluebird, and when I was a kid, and then when I realized I was non-binary, I took the name Pidge, which was borrowed from the same character from Voltron, and that itself eventually evolved into Pigeon as a nickname, and then eventually I took the name Raven just to, continue the bird theme. Plus, ravens are one of my 2 favorite birds, the other being the falcon.
All right, Cindy, you're up.
All right, let me see. Where is it? Okay. Uh, what are the perks of being a labyrinthian fairy?
Well, I can get around the labyrinth really easily, even if I can't find the exit. I kind of, even though the labyrinth is, this one that I'm in is constantly changing around, all the hallways move around, I know exactly where every room is, and I know exactly how to get there, regardless of how much the paths have changed. So I can always guide people.
Ooh.
Now, what is your question?
You cut off. What were you saying?
What's your question?
All right. if you were to have any item from a fictional work, what would it be? This can be from a book, TV series,
Ooh.
whatever.
I would have to say either the Omnitrix from Ben 10, because I just think the powers would be cool to be able to just turn into an alien like that. Or the Vortex Manipulator from Doctor Who, because it's like a little watch kind of device that can travel, that allows the wearer to travel anywhere in time and space. So I could go to a lot of fun destinations and time periods with that.
Nice.
All right. Hawk, what's your next question?
What's the game you played growing up that not many people know about or talk about?
Oh, a game not many people know about. What was it called? There was a Wii game that I can't remember the name of it now, but there was a Wii game that was like, it was like you played as like Sun Wukong, and it was like a 2D side-scrolling kind of like, what's the word for it? Like a shooter almost. Think like Galaga, but like sideways.
That does sound familiar. I may have
I
seen it
cannot
before.
remember the name of it. I'll have to look into it later.
All right, Key, you're up.
Is it my turn already?
Yep.
I want to say two things. I actually slept mode temporarily, and I noticed that we kind of skipped over his question. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah, we did.
hoping he'll get back to it. He'll get back eventually. This is what I realized, that we completely we just completely glossed over him, and I apologize.
Oops. I apologize for that as well. I should have noticed.
Sincerest apologies.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, for my question, what is your favorite aspects of D&D?
My favorite aspect of D&D, I would have to say the creativity with some of it, because it requires a lot of imagination and imaginative thinking at times, and I just love seeing people, just put their brains to work and think up ideas and stuff, and that's a big part of it. I think that's why my campaigns are usually so like not as restrictive to the rules, because actually that's another part of it, is that you have guidelines in the rules and stuff, but they're not like a set, like you have to do it this way. You can adapt it to your own play style. You don't have to do exactly as the rules say. The rules are more like a guideline, like, hey, this is how it's set up and everything, but you don't have to play exactly this way. If you have an idea that works for your personal campaign, then you can do that.
That's cool.
Like, there's rules to it, but they're not completely set in stone.
Basically, the point is you just want to make it not too restrictive or not too loose. Just in a way where you can have like everyone can join and trying to gain as much fun of it as possible. I have not played D&D myself. I would really like to get into it someday.
Just prepare to have a lot of time set aside. It is very time consuming.
Oh, it's very time consuming. Yes.
That's part of the reason
much
why every
time-consuming are we
time I
talking
try to
about?
play with Rushi, it never works out because my schedule's so chaotic.
Aw.
We usually
schedule is on
play.
fire.
My group currently plays from usually 7 or 7:30, 7 anywhere between 7 and 8 until like 10 at night at the latest that we usually go. Although sometimes we play until midnight.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like I said, dude, it can be pretty time consuming.
Keep in mind,
wow, I guess. Yeah.
We've also had about like I think 13 or so sessions off the check.
Although
We've had more than 10 sessions. I think we've had around 15 actually. And we've only met like once a week. So this has been going on for several weeks.
although
Okay,
Jay,
like I say that the only time, yeah. What's up?
if you want to get into it, there is a series I would recommend that's on Amazon Prime. It's called The Legend of Vox Machina. It's kind of like a cartoon series. If you want to know what D&D is like, watch that because it has pretty much the same
I've heard of
flavor.
that.
The
I've heard of
Dungeons
that
and Dragons
also.
movie is also a good. Dungeons and Dragons. The Dungeons and Dragons movie is also very, very good. It's set. That one is set like in the actual world of that campaign, but there's a lot of times throughout the movie you can really tell what players have rolled, or like if you know D&D itself, you can really tell like, oh yeah, these players did this, or like the DM couldn't think of anything here.
Welcome back.
Hey,
Hello.
Welcome
hey,
back.
Mash! It's gonna be your turn next now, since we couldn't greet you for a bit. Mash, what's your question?
All right, since one of my questions already asked earlier, what instead of fairy? If you if you had to choose something else.
Instead of a fairy, that's a very easy one because I wasn't originally a fairy. I was originally going to be actually, originally I was just going to be like a Corvid VTuber. I hadn't decided on Crow or Raven, and I eventually decided on Crow. Eventually, I said eventually twice to kind of balance out the fact that if I was a Raven, I would be a Raven named Raven, which is like when I had a turtle named Turtle. Not the most creative name.
I just realized something really stupid. So that's where the term Corvid Knight comes from, isn't it?
Yep. Corvid is like it's like it has to do with a certain species of like bird. But I eventually moved to after Arai drew a kind of I wouldn't say mock up, but drew like art of their interpretation of my model. I switched to a spider crow hybrid before I switched to a fairy. So if I wasn't a fairy, I'd be a spider crow hybrid.
You know what they say? Quote the raven. I got bit by a spider.
Also, you all skipped my turn earlier.
Yeah, so you get another
Yeah.
you get another question. What's your what's your second question, Maui?
What's your favorite thing that has happened to you, or something in a campaign you DM?
My favorite thing that's happened to me or another player as DM, I would have to say in my current campaign, when Rosa almost died to a rat twice.
What the fuck?
Oh no! Oh no!
The first time
rat.
giant rat. She almost died to a giant rat twice in this campaign. The first time she had to actually make a death saving throw, and a death saving throw is where if your HP is reduced to 0, you get to roll 3 times. You roll a d20 3 times, and if you pass if you pass like a certain check for the death roll, you're revived with 1 HP. If you don't pass the first roll, you have to pass the second. If you don't pass the second, you have to pass the third. You just have to pass it at least once, and you're revived. But Rosa almost failed her third death save. I think I set it as like I believe I set it as like a 10 that she had to pass, and she got an 11 on her third roll the first time. So she just barely passed.
God.
Man.
The second time, she got reduced to 2 health points before she killed the rat. But she did kill it.
Damn, that was clutch. I can't believe that even in D&D, Hugo's rats still run rampant.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Plague Tale flashbacks.
Oh my god.
There is actually a boss that I've considered making that is just a bunch of rats that are in like a hive mind.
Dear
Well, actually,
Lord.
it's kind of funny about that. I think there's a D&D character for it too. Something like a rat of nine tails or something, where it's literally just several rats tied together in a knot.
Yes, there is a. I believe that might be a. I don't know if that's a homebrew or something that's official. I don't think it's official, but I have seen that. It's just a bunch of rats with their tails tied together.
God.
Okay, so, let's see. Before we did that, Hawk, did you get a chance to ask one yet? Mao, how about you?
I asked my second question already.
Okay, so it's JJ's turn now. Okay, Jay, your turn.
I already did my question.
Nope.
I guess it's my turn then. Okay, and my question is, what do you have against Tinkatons?
What do I have against what?
Tinkatons.
Tinkatons. I don't have anything
You're a
against Tinkatons.
Corvid.
Yeah.
The joke
What
is that you're a Corvid and
Oh, because I'm a
Tinkatongs
Corvid.
eats
Because I was a
Corvids a
Corvid at
lot.
one point, and Corvinites and Tinkatons. Yeah, okay, I get it. Personally, I have nothing against them, but as a bird, they have things against me. They're. Hey, listen, it's on site for
But only
them. I want to be left
well
alone.
only against Corbett, so I'm safe.
Okay, honey, it's your turn.
very violent. All right.
Very
Very
violent.
violent.
Fairly
Where is it?
violent.
What is your favorite style of dress?
My favorite style of dress. Now, type of dress as in like style of dress as in like clothes in general, either formal or loungewear. Because I like to dress
Uh,
up, but I also like to be comfy. Um, actual dress, I would have to say I had to actually look up this. I believe it's Beaufont. It's a Bouffont.
mm,
It's very nice looking, but honestly, anything other than that, anything with a long skirt, I'm fine with, as long as it covers my legs.
Okay,
that's
man.
cute.
Oh, sorry.
That was cute.
Mal, your turn.
Okay. Do you have a favorite piece of literature? Just can be like book or whatever.
For I did get this question from you last week. It was book or TV series. TV series, undecided. My favorite
Hmm.
book series is Percy Jackson, and the
Ooh.
related ones. The anything by Rick Riordan is honestly great. Magnus Chase, um, Heroes of Olympus, just all of that. Rick Riordan is a great author.
Based.
It used to be Harry Potter as a kid, and then I found out about the author of Harry Potter, and I like the world, but some things just stick with you too much. Separate the art from the artist, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's
Yeah.
difficult.
Her
Oh,
name is J.K. Roll. Her name is J.K. Rowling because she's rolling down to her. Wait, I had a joke.
Demise.
I had a joke for this. Not
You
demise.
missed
More
the
like
Her
joke.
career is rolling downhill.
thank you. Yes, you thought about it better than I did.
oh my God, honey.
I do like puns.
Yeah.
All right, Hawk, your turn.
uh, do you collect plushies?
Do
One
I
moment.
collect plushies? I do collect plushies. Technically speaking, I collect them. I have a whole bed full of them right now. Well, not a whole bed, but like most of the bed. There
Hmm.
is. I have a lot of Pokemon plushies, and then I have my favorite one is the one of Charlotte from Madoka Magica.
Oh,
Love her.
Makuka.
Mhm.
If I'm ever if I'm ever staying the night anywhere, I bring that one with me because it's one of those that like I have to sleep with her. I have to sleep with her.
Ah.
That is wholesome.
Yeah, I love my plushies. I've always had, ever since I was a kid, I've always had to sleep with something. And plushies are just like the natural thing.
Okay, that was a random duck. Who had the random duck?
Quack.
Duck.
I heard the duck.
I
What
heard the
duck?
duck too.
I did not.
Yeah.
I
So-
kind of did.
You mean my little
Oh.
Febreze machine?
Febreze machine.
Wait, do you
For-
have a
your Febreze
Febreze
machines?
machine that quacks like a duck? Explain, honey.
Yes, please.
What?
Well, it was originally it didn't.
Oh,
what
It
happened?
didn't. But
Did
why does it quack? Does it
I
like
have
quack
no
every
idea.
in intervals?
Did you just install that?
No,
Is that like
it
a
wasn't
thing you
like
can
that.
do?
It wasn't like that before. But just
I know you
I don't
can.
know why it makes that sound.
Did it get blessed by
Well,
the
you
duck
have-
gods or something?
Oh,
I know you
super
can like
rude.
set up a candle in front of a Cascade air freshener machine to
I
throw a
kinda want
fireball
that
across the
now.
room, but
I would like to get candles though. Candles
a
sound nice.
quacking Febreze machine is something else.
I want the quacking Febreze machine, or just
Same.
something that makes random noises. We
Uh,
have a right now. You have
Lucky for you, you
a
have me.
working quacking a working quacking Febreze machine. You have been blessed by the pato and the
Oh
shuba.
no.
You have been blessed by the pato.
Alright, JJ, you're up. Oh wait, no, man, sorry, Mash, you're up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
Mash,
rushing
go.
again,
don't
please.
skip over them again.
Please. I'm not gonna let it happen
Uh,
again.
Favorite characters? I don't know, in general.
Favorite character in general. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Well, I really like Ramaris from Tensei Slime. Oh, let's see. How many figures do I have of her? Only 2. Okay. Well, I do also like Asuka Langley from Evangelion and Katsushika Hokusai from Fate. There's a lot of characters I like actually.
Hokusai. That
Kazuchika
sounds
Hokusai, the
familiar.
same artist that made the giant wave over.
Oh,
Tokyo?
you're talking about the foreigner servant. I know who she
Yes.
is.
The octopus girl.
Yeah, I know who she
actually-
is. Because I used to play
The-
Fate Go a long time ago, so yeah.
The girl herself is called Hokusai, but technically speaking, Hokusai is the little octopus that accompanies her. The girl is actually supposed to be his daughter.
I get it now. So Hokusai is an Octoling servant.
Yeah, kinda.
It's like,
Sort of.
It's like Orion in that I think it's Archer Orion, in that Orion is actually the little bear that accompanies the girl that's in it, which the girl is Artemis. Can't remember if it's actually an Archer
No,
servant.
she's
or
not Artemis. She's not Artemis. I forget her name, but she's not Artemis. Artemis is a separate servant.
No. There's another one that has. I don't know it. Yeah, no, it is. Oh, she's just called Orion Artemis. The girl that has the bow in the Orion Servant is Artemis. The little bear that's on her head, or that accompanies her, is supposed to be Orion himself. Although Orion does have an actual design, like a human one.
Does it have a belt?
I believe he wears a belt.
Okay, good.
He, in fact, does wear a belt.
All right, good. That's the most important detail.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, there's little lights on his.
All right.
Gigi!
Oh, Super Orion is the one with the actual dude.
All right. It's my turn. All right. Before I ask Hawk, Mal, you guys had a chance to answer your question. Have you already answered?
Yeah, I already asked.
I had the AFK.
Yeah.
I
I just
think
answered
I should
Mashi's
let-
in the favorite character thing.
Well, I think Mal, if you haven't answered yet, I can let you have the question if you wanted to ask.
The only thing I would ask is, what kind of weapon would you have if you had the chance?
Ooh, if I could choose a weapon to have, probably a sword because I have a lot of them already. But aside from what I
On the-
already have, I would have to say either a bow for the range and the ability to, easily recover, or not easily recover, but like reuse your ammunition, or probably a pole arm of some sort. I don't know if I'd choose a spear, a glaive, or whatever, but a pole arm definitely is good for reach. So bow or
Ooh.
pole arm.
Okay, let's see. What was your favorite D&D campaign that you've
Shuri,
run?
excuse me.
Oh, what?
Excuse me, Shuri. I forgot to ask my question.
Okay.
I was just letting everyone else had a chance if anyone was AFK or had stuff that came up and didn't have a chance before like going up to me and then starting the cycle. But anyway, I wanted to say, why is your favorite Marvel character and why is it Spider-Man?
It's actually not Spider-Man. My favorite Marvel Spider-Man's in the top 5 though,
Oh
for sure. I do like him,
no,
mainly because of his quips.
impossible.
But my favorite
Not impossible.
overall, my favorite Marvel character is. Oh, actually, that's a good question. Probably Loki.
Loki.
No, definitely
Oh,
Loki.
like the villain Loki.
Yeah, definitely Loki. Definitely Loki. I love Loki. His whole like. I mean, he's got like the aesthetic that I love, and he's got the. He's like the trickster and everything, and he's great.
That Loki. Apologize, but that guy. No offense, but that guy Loki an asshole.
But
Yeah,
It's just like I kind of like the aspects of like he's the trickster and manipulator and all that kind of stuff. I don't know much about Loki aside from the few appearances he was in. I haven't watched the 4 movies. The only appearance he did was in the Infinity War saga, and I watched a little bit of the series on Disney Plus, and that's just as much as I know about Loki. But you're
he
thinking that
is
after, yeah,
in Marvel. In his backstory in Marvel is very different from the actual Norse mythology. But then again, so is most of the Norse mythology in Marvel. Um, but in Marvel, he is originally a frost giant, and he is Thor's adopted younger brother. Um, and he's kind of like he was jealous of Thor because Thor was the one that was worthy of the hammer and everything, and he got all the attention. Where Loki was like kind of pushed aside as the adopted one, um, which Thor Ragnarok makes kind of weird because Hela is their sister, but also has like black hair like Loki does, so she looks more like him. So it makes you wonder if Thor is the adopted one because he's
chan,
blonde.
chan, chan.
It's like a
Uh,
soap opera.
it's really weird. But yeah, he has a kind of a rivalry with Thor, and he is the one of the major antagonists of, I believe, the original Avengers movie, and then he's kind of just been a recurring villain or side character since then. He's kind of he has gotten better. He's primarily an antagonist in the Thor movies, of course. Although in Thor Ragnarok, he does work with Thor because they are on better terms.
We'll see
One could
about that.
say
We'll see if
he
he gets
kept it
better or
low
not.
key.
Okay, so we've got like 10 minutes to go. So, Raven, did you have anything you wanted to close out with, like a closing monologue or what have you?
Well, aside from a full lore backstory, which I don't have time to get into, not really. But I do thank everyone for coming out, and I hope we've all enjoyed. I hope you guys have got your questions answered and enjoyed yourselves here.
All right, then I'll
Yeah, we
just.
all enjoyed ourselves.
The fairy lore.
Oh, there was one
Yeah.
question that didn't get answered that I have notes for. This one was from Arai. My ideal like destination of where I would like to travel to or potentially live, absolutely Japan.
Of course.
Of course, it has to be Japan.
Of course.
If I had to choose
Uh,
somewhere in Japan, I would say either near Akihabara, just because huge anime nerd, or probably somewhere in the countryside because the countryside is very nice.
mm,
Hey.
countrysides are peaceful,
Actually,
very peaceful.
probably
You could even
Osaka
eat the
specifically for the
you
countryside.
could even eat the grass. Just kidding, do not eat the grass.
No,
Do
do
not
not eat
eat the
grass.
grass.
Don't eat the
But you can touch the
grass.
grass.
Yes, you
Not
can.
not that I not that I tried that before.
Yes, you
That is
have. Yes,
Fine.
you
That's it.
have.
I'm
Come
getting my
on.
Honey. It's
bat.
okay.
Come on, alright? You just know that by you saying that you already gave yourself away.
Wee.
I need to get my spray bottle and use it on a
Alright,
ride.
Hey, bottle.
alright. Yeah, I'm gonna use the I'm gonna use the quacking Febreze bottle on a ride for asking that question.
just the
That'd be a funny thing to commission. Just me spraying a ride with a spray bottle.
Okay, so I do have one final question then, since we've got time. So what has been your favorite D&D campaign?
oh I really enjoyed. I'm really enjoying the one I'm doing now, but I can't remember the name of it. But there was one a couple years ago that I did with some friends that was really fun. Um, where we ventured into we kind of met each other at a tavern, formed a party, and then ventured to a castle to defeat this like evil wizard. And there was a lot of fun character development there. Our paladin, oddly enough, we had a rogue that was true neutral, and he eventually became um, more like lawful neutral, either lawful neutral or neutral good. I can't remember. And our paladin became more rather than like lawful good. He became more like neutral good, like the rogue, and
Paladin.
eventually actually did become an oath breaker.
Yeah, I was about to say, because the paladins kind of have to keep to their oaths, or otherwise they lose their shit.
They do. They a paladin has to. Now paladins are not always uh, lawful good like most people play them as. They are more of the they are usually the good alignment, but it also depends on their oath.
Some
They're
of them
usually
can even be
lawful.
neutral as well, if I remember correctly.
Some of them can be neutral. I did play. Well, I didn't play, but I did have a campaign that had a neutral evil paladin, which was fun because the whole goal of that one was for our party to take over the world.
Hmm.
I believe that was a homebrew oath that we did for that one. But yeah, I'd have
Right.
to say the time we conquered an evil wizard.
There was this one book I
Wow.
read a while ago for 3.5 that had like world-ending evils or something like that, and I always thought it might be fun to play a Doomsday campaign.
Ooh.
Doomsday campaigns are definitely an interesting one. I do like them. Although I try not to do them too often because I found they're a little too. Some of them are too complex to not complex, but they're difficult to do at times, like doing them properly. So I personally tend to avoid them.
Well, thank you very much, Raven. We're happy to have you on here. We're going to see if we can have Mia Mistwalker on here for next week, but if not, thank you for listening to the series, and probably might plan something like this in the future. We'll see. Until then, sayonara.
You're not right.
Wait, what's
That too.
wait, what was that, honey?
That was mine though.
Oh, I'm
Oh no!
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Don't underestimate the power of your wifey. Anyways, thanks for watching. Oyasami.
See you in season
Bye.
2.
See you in season 2.
Probably never.
Yeah, see you in season 2.